Okay, so some of the tools we're going to need today, if you're doing a job like this, are a wheelbarrow or flexi tub, boards so you can stand on them without damaging the lawn too much. Most importantly, the edging tool. It's got to be bent, or else otherwise it's no good. A fork so you can decorate the border after. A shovel or a spade if you have to dig anything out, and a shovel to skim the turf off once we've cut the line. And most importantly as well, if you can use a spray paint can, get one, because that's how we're going to mark our line out, and we can afford to make a few mistakes here and there, but I'll talk to you more about that when we are starting. So it's time to start. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is use our spray paint to just get a nice line round the border. So what we don't want to be doing is coming too far out and then deciding we're going back in, because then we're going to have a red line on the lawn after we've done. So be conservative, and you can always bring it out in little increments. Remember, you can't take it back in because you can have that red line there. So I'm going to start at this end here. So we're more or less at the edge of the lawn anyway, but I really want to come out quite a bit, so I'm going to be taking quite a lot off, so we allow for the shrubs. But just got to be kind of try and do it in one swoop if you can, and then have a look at it and just follow the original line what's there. So just start back where we were, come there, nice tight. It's a bit tight here, so we'll have to do it quite gentle as much as we can, and then up here and then around. So I think we're going to be quite happy with that. Let's just have a walk off and we'll check what we've done. So start at this end, following it round nice, round here. So we're taking a lot more off under there to allow for the shrubs hanging over. A lot of damage. This area never took really, so it's never had any seed there, so you can see there. And then we're just going to carry it on round, so I'm quite happy with that actually. Yeah, so what we'll do is now we'll get the edging tool out and we'll finish that off with the edging tool and start that division from the separation from the main lawn. So I've just got my edging tool and I'm looking on the outside of the line. We don't want to work on the inside. And what you can do, if it's just not quite straight, you can just manipulate it so the edging tool cuts a straighter line, like it just juts in a bit there. So we'll just slice past it with the edging tool, and then what we'll do is we'll do a few this way as well, because they're quite big pieces though, so those will need to come up in little slithers. You see there's a root there, so that's why I might need the spade just to cut through that. So yes, that's it in a nutshell what we're doing. Remember, the bent one's better. It's not really, it's just bent because I must have got trapped in the van once. Well, this edging tool I've had since I first started in business in 1998, so it's a very old one. This, you got two. You got this and a fork, Wilkinson sword, for 50 quid back in 1998. And I've not got the fork anymore because it wore down on one side. Because when you fork, I tend to fork at an angle when it wore down. But I still had that till probably 2010s at least. So you do get your money's worth. Well, they don't, mate. And they've been bought out by Fiskars now. So you don't get that same, you can't get these. Nobody edges now anyway, because not many people have got a lawn that needs edging really. They're all enclosed in within flags like mine are mostly. That's just times, and it's just the way it is. Remember, this is sand based, so the edge isn't going to be as strong as a soil based with like a fescue bent or like really old lawn, which is like 100 years old. And it's got a big root mass and the edge stays together. This is going to, so we don't want to go too deep basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, so we'll just move the camera again. Yeah, like we said, we'll bring in some nice topsoil and plant some primroses in here in the spring, just after Christmas, and then in the spring they're ready to go. We'll have a nice display all the way around. So you can see here, just where I'm about to go, it just juts in a little bit where I've just gone in a bit. So if instead of following it, what I'll do is I'll just bring my edging tool out a little bit and then join it up to the line where I'm happy with it. Whereas if I'd have done the red line here, we'd still have the red line there, you see. So that's why I suggest doing that first. And again, some more slithers so we can take it up easier. Don't mention Swindon away on Saturday was a disaster. Worst game I've ever seen from an away team point of view, Bolton wise. So yeah, not talking about that today. Focus is on tomorrow, Mansfield, going to that as well. So we'll see how we get on there. So I'll just finish this off and then we can start shoveling. This is a great job to get done now when it's wet, because the grass, if it's dry, there's a good chance that the lawn will collapse. If it's sand, because it's dry, so it's like the sand dunes, you know, like it'll just be dry and it'll just collapse in your hand. So do it while it's wet, stands a better chance of surviving. So there you go, so that's that. A few more slithers. Not hitting much resistance really, because obviously the new lawn goes up to there with the sand and the soil underneath. So this should be pretty nice to cut through with the shovel, very quick. So we're not going to skip today, but we will be getting one when we do that up there. We've got a few bits and bobs putting from around the back, so we'll just pile it all up on that patch over there, which is fine, and then we can get this looking pretty good today. A bit of weeding to do as well, get my gloves on for that. But when we leave today, this area will be nice. I need a knife just to cut this light string. I didn't realise about the string running through the plywood. So I try to see what I mean. It's like, oh, that one's gone. I see how it's just pulling in the plywood. So if I just go like that, maybe, no. And if I kick it, no. That one's coming in. Oh, there you go. Nice. So we'll do that, and then we're not doing much damage on the lawn. Just push these up as far as we can. And we can get the barrel on and everything's going to be fine. I've just tipped the water out that was in here, and it stinks of raw sewage. It's not ideal, but we'll just put it there for now. We'll get our shovel, and then we can just start shoveling it out and revealing our nice edge. And what I'll do is I'll just work this way and then I'll finish off behind you. Move back to you. Oh God. So a few big pieces of grass here, so we'll just get those out. I'll just chop those actually direct on there because that's where it's going. Save time. Some stone or something. Probably annual meadow grass in here as well, which is a good thing that we need to get out. So yeah, this is good. And then what I'll do is we'll put another piece of wood on there and create like a border, which will then separate what we're going to be doing here, which is like hard landscaping, instead of not hard, well, soft landscaping, but with gravel or slate. And I'll create a soil border at the front, and then our slate doesn't get kicked onto the grass, and we can have a nice primrose border all the way down. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. A few weeds here. It's got our nice edge. If you need to come back and just tidy it up with the edging tool, you can do. But that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. And then what I'll show you what I'll do all the way along is we'll just get some of this soil out. Any weeds that needs coming out, we can get those out. You don't have to do a great job today. I just wanted to get this edging done. We're fast approaching Christmas. I wanted to get it done. Well, we've got a nice day. You just never know what happens after Christmas. It might be snowing, it might be frosty for a while, and you wouldn't really be able to do this on a frosty day. So that's it in a nutshell, what we're going to be doing all the way along. It's quite nice to do actually. When you've not done weeding for a while, it's quite a nice job, especially when you know there's going to be a nice end result. That's what makes it worthwhile. So yeah, then we get all our primroses in here. It's going to look great. But we will have to bring in some like fresh topsoil because it'll be very sandy underneath. So just try and mask some of that sand over. Rock. There we go. Beautiful. Right, so let's carry on. To show you up close what we've done. Nice and weed free. Nice straight edge. We're just going to carry it on now, so we'll get that done. It's going dark. So we're just on the final straight. Just going to get this last couple of pieces up. The wheelbarrow did fall over, I knew it would, but I thought I got away with it. I thought I'd put it at a nice angle, but I hadn't, so it's made a bit of a mess on the lawn, but it'll wash through. So I just got to get this last piece and then fork this area, just get it nice and tilthy. Still a bit of red on the lawn. It's where it kind of overlapped on some of the leaves, and I've not been able to cut it all off. But I've definitely no full red lines because I made any mistakes or anything. I got it all spot on, more or less first time round. So that is looking very nice. Move that out of the way. Then we'll just finish off. See, like I'm forking. That left side's hitting the ground first. Well then, so that fork, it was like that hard. And eventually it was like not doing anything because it wasn't making contact with the soil. So I don't really do much forking anymore. That used to be like the main job. Because we used to have a lot of customers who used to work with somebody else in the early days. He had his own round and I had my own round and we used to work together. And all these customers had loads of weeding to do. My jobs were dead lucrative and his weren't, but in the summer, in like 2003, we went to a beefer and remember trying to get over the line, trying to make 400 quid in a week. And if we did that by Friday, we'd be over the moon. And it's not really changed. A lot, like things have doubled in the last 20 years, tripled maybe, but the wages haven't. So, maybe talking another 200 on top. If you did like a full week's work, you're doing gardening. So it's not a job that's gone up really in value, unless you do jobs where you price the job. But if you do an hourly rate, it's hard work trying to make a living 12 months of the year. Because obviously once your mowing stops, you're charging by the hour, so you might be doing this. This has took me half an hour, so if I was charging by the hour, it'd be like, I've only made $12.50 or something. It's not worth really doing it, is it, at the time you've got here? So you've got to work out a good pricing strategy. But that's another conversation for another day. But for this job, it's nice and finished. Few more leaves to fall off the willow, and then once they're all down we can give everything a good tidy up. There's no point doing anything soil wise yet, like new soil, because there's still loads of leaves everywhere. But I just wanted to get this lawn looking nice. I've just got a little one to do down there, so we'll do that as well, and then this will be done. Alright, so that's the job done. Just come round, nice curves, absolutely beautiful. So not bad for 45 minutes work, not bad at all. Looks really good. That makes a real impact, doesn't it? So you can really make a big difference in a small amount of time if you put your mind to it. So there you go. So that is how you restore a lost lawn edge. Take care and we'll see you next time here on Daniel Hibbert Lawn Expert. Bye for now.